Okay, we're going to call this one Silly Goat. So, not long ago, my livestock guardian, Riley, all of a sudden started getting out of the fence. We found out that he had dug a hole over here and had gotten out. So he is on a tether so I can get a hot wire. Well, this little miss found the hole, and today, 2 different occasions, I found her out grazing in the neighbor's yard. So I just brought a board over so I could block it, because we are putting the insulators up to run a hot wire this weekend to block it, to keep her in for now. And she made a beeline over here for it so she could see if she can't figure out. And look at her bending down, pushing against the board, trying to figure out how to get out. Apparently the grass is greener on the other side. So I guess this episode we can say Silly Goat and good fencing. Good fencing is important for your silly goats, as well as your silly livestock guardians. And he also dug a big old hole alongside of his doghouse. Now his doghouse is starting to go crooked. And it's starting to go into the hole. So we're going to have to move it and fill the hole in. So I guess we have goat maintenance to do today. Hi, Samson. Are you stuck? Annabelle. Annabelle. Are you stuck? She says no. I'll get out. You're so smart to figure out how to get out of there. You're a silly goat. Silly goat. Okay, hopefully that will hold her until I get everything fixed. And just give you guys a heads up on the next video. We're going to be talking about a kidding kit. Miss Athena is due to kid anytime now, although we're not seeing any signs of any impending freshening. She is a first freshener. She's not real big, so I actually think she might only have a single in there. Latest due date is October the 7th, and that's according to the calendar for when she was last exposed to the buck, which was May 10th. So we're going to be talking about getting the things ready so we have everything together for when she gets ready to kid. That way I can make sure I have everything all organized, and I can show you guys what I keep in that kit. I'll show you guys really quick. He dug a hole because it was hot, and now it is, the house is slowly starting to fall into the hole. What are you doing, Sammy? And I'm not sure. That's Marshmallow. So we've got her pregnant. The other 2, if you see our previous video, they are at the breeders. And, well, we have a dairy goat pregnant. And I was going to show you her. Well, we might as well talk about, oh, there she is. Hi, Beatrice. So Beatrice isn't due until December. But we'll talk a little bit, too, during this video, what to look for if your goat is getting close to kidding. Couple things would be the ligaments around their tail head. So we'll do this on Beatrice here. So if you go on either side of the tail and you kind of rub, you'll feel 2 little things that feel kind of like hard pencils. And whenever they get close, their ligaments tend to soften, and you will be able to actually get your fingers all the way around their tail head. It just feels real mushy. Their belly tends to drop. The vulva softens. They do most of them will develop an udder. Milk might even come in. And then other signs would be pawing at the ground, standing up and laying back down frequently, restless. Let me think of what else. Turning around and biting at their sides, talking to their belly a lot is another one. And then, of course, there's one, and this is one that it's really hard to describe, And a friend of mine had told me about it when I had my first kidding this winter with my Bordeaux Betty, is that their tail will look like it's broken. Literally, you see how her tail is nice and soft? Their tail will stick straight up in the air and look almost like a broken J is the best way I can explain it. It just looks almost like a J. And that a lot of times will show. You'll see sometimes they'll have pressure around their vulva area. And then, of course, discharge. Stringy discharge is a big one. Or amber goo, as we like to say. And of course, another one of impending labor would be that you actually see a kid starting to present. Most of the time, they don't need a whole lot of help whenever they're kidding, but it's good to be around. And especially if you're kidding in bad weather or cold weather, it's always good to be around to help get the babies dried off and make sure they don't get chilled. That's it for today. Y'all have a good one.